Okay, so let's say you are getting ready for a really big negotiation.
Hmm.
Like maybe you're asking for a raise, or you're making a pitch to a new client,
Okay.
or maybe you're even just trying to figure out weekend plans with your family.
Sure.
It can feel pretty high stakes sometimes, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, imagine you could walk into that room armed with the tactics of like a former FBI hostage negotiator.
Wow.
That's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
Chris Voss's book, Never Split the Difference.
You know, your friend Philip was totally right to recommend this book.
Oh, yeah.
Voss's insights are seriously valuable because he's not just talking about theory,
Yeah.
He's actually distilling his experience from like the most intense life or death situations
Wow.
and making it applicable to these everyday scenarios we all face.
It's like having a secret weapon, right?
It really is.
Okay, so chapter 1, the new rules, kind of throws a curveball right away.
How so?
Voss says that we need to ditch that like old school aggressive negotiation style. So it's not about like being nice to get what you want.
Right. It's much deeper than that.
Okay,
He's really advocating for a shift toward empathy and collaboration,
I see.
understanding the other person's emotions and perspective as the foundation for like successful negotiation.
Yeah, that's a pretty big change from that winner-takes-all mentality,
It is a big change.
which a lot of us, I think, kind of grew up with.
Right. And it's not about being a pushover or anything.
Right.
It's about recognizing that to get to like a truly good deal
Hmm.
requires understanding the other side's needs and fears just as well as your own.
So how do you do that?
Well, Voss argues that building genuine rapport through active listening is key.
Okay.
It's not just like hearing their words,
Yeah.
but really like reading between the lines to grasp what's driving them.
Okay, so can you give me an example?
Sure.
Like, how does that play out in a real-world scenario?
Okay, so let's say you're asking for a raise.
Okay.
Instead of marching in with a list of demands, think about it from your boss's perspective. Like, what pressures are they facing? Maybe budget constraints or a hiring freeze. Or maybe the company as a whole is focused on cutting costs.
Okay.
Acknowledging those challenges first shows that you're not just focused on your own needs.
So that makes you more of a collaborative problem solver,
Exactly.
not just someone demanding more money.
And by understanding those constraints, you might even discover like creative alternatives.
Oh, like what?
Maybe a performance-based bonus
Mm.
or extra vacation time.
Okay.
Or even taking on a new project that adds value to the company
Okay.
and positions you for a raise down the line.
Oh, so it's about being flexible and finding that win-win.
Exactly.
I love it. All right, let's unpack chapter 2. Be a mirror.
Okay.
This one sounds intriguing.
It's all about using these subtle mirroring techniques to kind of build trust and encourage the other person to open up.
Okay.
So it's not mimicking in like a mocking way or anything.
Right.
It's more about reflecting their words and feelings back to them, almost like a verbal nod. That says, I'm listening. I understand.
So if someone says, I'm really worried about this project's timeline,
Yeah.
you might respond with, worried about the timeline?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
It's simple, but it subtly nudges them to elaborate on those anxieties.
I see.
They might reveal sticking points that you weren't even aware of, giving you valuable insights and a chance to kind of address those concerns head on.
It's like you're proactively disarming potential bombs before they even explode.
And that brings us to chapter 3,
Okay.
where Voss takes this a step further with labeling.
Okay.
It's about explicitly acknowledging the other person's emotions, putting a name to those feelings they might not even be fully aware of.
So instead of just mirroring their words,
Right.
you're saying something like, it sounds like you're feeling frustrated.
Exactly.
But wouldn't that put them on the defensive?
It might seem counterintuitive, but Voss actually argues that it often has the opposite effect.
Really?
Think about it. How often do we really feel truly heard and understood?
Especially in a negotiation where everybody's guarding their interests.
Right.
When you accurately label someone's emotions, it can actually like break down those walls and create a sense of connection.
It's like you're saying, it's okay to feel this way. I'm not judging you.
Exactly. And Voss gives this great example of a negotiation with a colleague who's visibly overwhelmed with their workload.
Okay.
Instead of ignoring that elephant in the room, he suggests labeling it directly by saying, it seems like you're feeling overloaded with these new responsibilities.
Just saying that out loud could create like a much more open and honest dialogue.
Right. The colleague might feel relieved that their struggles are being acknowledged, opening the door to finding a solution together.
Like maybe redistributing some tasks or adjusting deadlines.
Exactly. Or offering support All things that wouldn't even be on the table if those feelings weren't addressed.
It's about shifting from a confrontational stance to a collaborative one.
Precisely.
So we've got mirroring and labeling.
Both powerful tools for building trust and understanding.
Yeah.
But now I'm curious about this idea of mastering the power of no.
Okay.
Isn't the goal of negotiation to get to yes?
That's what we're often taught. But in Chapter 4, Voss kind of flips the script.
Okay.
He argues that a premature yes can be deceptive.
How so?
Well, it might signal agreement on the surface, but actually mask underlying concerns or resistance.
So someone might say yes just to avoid conflict.
Right, or to please the other person, even if they're not genuinely on board.
And that can lead to problems down the road, obviously.
Exactly. Imagine agreeing to a project deadline that you know you can't meet.
Right.
It just sets you up for failure and breeds resentment.
Ugh.
Voss suggests that mastering the power of no is far more valuable.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
How do we master no without, shutting down the entire conversation?
It's about creating a space where the other person feels comfortable saying no.
Okay.
If something doesn't feel right. Instead of pushing for a yes, try phrasing questions in a way that invites them to voice any concerns or reservations.
So instead of saying, do you agree with this proposal?
Right.
You might ask, are there any aspects of this proposal that you're not fully comfortable with?
That's a great example.
Okay.
You're giving them permission to express their no without fear of judgment or reprisal.
I see.
And often that honesty is what unlocks the real negotiation.
Because once those no's are out in the open,
Yeah.
you can address them directly and find solutions that truly work for both sides.
Precisely. Voss argues that this approach leads to more robust and sustainable agreements. Ones built on genuine understanding and buy-in,
Okay.
not forced consensus.
This is making me rethink my whole approach to negotiation.
It's a big shift.
Instead of fearing that no, we should embrace it as an opportunity to uncover the real issues at play.
Exactly. And that brings us to Chapter 5.
Okay.
Where Voss reviews 2 magic words that can instantly transform any negotiation.
2 magic words. I'm all ears.
Those words are that's.
Really, that's it. It seems too simple.
It sounds simple, but the psychology behind it is powerful.
Okay.
When used strategically,
That's right.
validates the other person's perspective
Okay.
and creates a sense of being understood, which, as we've discussed, is crucial for building trust and moving the conversation forward.
So it's not about blindly agreeing with them,
Right.
but more about acknowledging their point of view,
Yeah,
even if you don't fully share it.
exactly. It's about tapping into what Voss calls tactical empathy.
Okay.
You're not trying to become their best friend,
Right.
but you're genuinely striving to understand their emotions and motivations.
I see.
And then you use that understanding to navigate the negotiations strategically. Can you give me an example of how this magic works in a real negotiation? Sure. So let's say you're negotiating with a vendor who's hesitant to lower their price.
Okay.
Instead of pushing back aggressively, you could try acknowledging their perspective first. You might say, I understand that you've invested a lot in ensuring the quality of your products and that commitment to excellence is important to you.
And then you say, that's right.
Right. And by doing that, you're validating their position and building rapport,
Okay.
which opens the door for further discussion.
You've taken the wind out of their sails, so to speak,
Exactly.
by acknowledging their concerns before they even have to voice them.
Exactly. And from there, you're in a much stronger position to negotiate a price that works for both of you.
Wow, this that's right technique seems incredibly powerful.
It is.
It's like a verbal key that unlocks a whole new level of understanding and collaboration.
Yeah, I think so too.
But now I'm wondering, how do we take this a step further and subtly influence the other party's thinking to align more with our goals?
That's where Chapter 6, Bend Their Reality, comes into play.
Okay, that title sounds a bit manipulative.
It's not about mind control or anything. It's more about understanding that reality is subjective. We all see the world through our own lens, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and values.
Okay.
Voss argues that by skillfully framing our arguments and proposals, we can tap into those individual worldviews
I see.
and increase our chances of success.
So instead of trying to force our reality on them,
Right.
we're working within their existing framework.
Exactly. And to do that effectively, Voss introduces a technique called the accusation audit.
Okay, accusation audit sounds intense. What's that all about?
It's actually quite brilliant.
Okay.
It involves voicing the other person's fears or concerns before they even have a chance to express them.
So it's like saying, I know you might be thinking this.
Yes.
And then addressing those potential objections head on.
It can be incredibly disarming. Imagine you're negotiating with a potential investor who seems hesitant.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for them to bring up their concerns, you might proactively say, I understand that you might be worried about the current market volatility and its potential impact on this investment.
It's like you're taking the words right out of their mouth.
Exactly. By acknowledging those concerns up front, you demonstrate empathy, you build trust, and you control the narrative.
Okay.
It shows that you've anticipated their objections and you're not afraid to address them directly.
This reminds me of the mirroring technique we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
It's all about showing that you're truly listening.
Yeah.
And trying to understand their perspective.
You're spot on. It all ties together.
I see.
Another technique Voss introduces in this chapter is the use of calibrated questions.
Okay.
These are open-ended questions carefully crafted to guide the other party toward a solution that works for both of you.
Can you give us an example of a calibrated question in action?
Sure. Let's say you're negotiating a new contract with a client who's pushing back on the price.
Okay.
Instead of getting defensive or arguing about your rates, you could ask a calibrated question like, how can we make this budget work while still delivering the high-quality results you expect?
Ah, that's clever.
It is right.
You're not directly challenging their budget concerns,
Right.
but subtly shifting the focus to finding a mutually beneficial solution.
Exactly. And by phrasing it as a question, you're putting the onus on them to come up with ideas.
Okay.
It invites collaboration and makes them feel like they're part of the solution-finding process.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
A lot of Voss's techniques hinge on understanding the psychology of the other person. Their emotions, their perceptions, their motivations.
It's true.
It's less about using forceful tactics
Right.
and more about strategically navigating their internal landscape.
You've hit the nail on the head. And in Chapter 7, Create the Illusion of Control, he delves even deeper into this concept.
Oh, wow.
We'll explore that and more when we return.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Never Split the Difference. So last time we were starting to explore the idea of control in a negotiation.
Right.
Which Voss gets into in Chapter 7. Create the illusion of control.
Yeah, it's such a fascinating concept.
It seems kind of counterintuitive, right? Like, shouldn't we be trying to assert our own control in these situations?
It's a natural assumption, you know? We often think of negotiation as like this battle for dominance.
Okay.
A tug of war where someone wins and someone loses.
Yeah.
But Voss argues that this mentality can backfire. It can lead to defensiveness and resistance.
So what's the alternative? Are we just supposed to, like, let the other person walk all over us?
Not at all.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that people are more likely to cooperate when they feel a sense of autonomy.
I see.
Like they want to believe they're making their own choices,
Right.
not being forced into something.
Okay, yeah. I can see how that makes sense. Nobody likes to feel manipulated
Exactly.
or pressured.
And Voss suggests that by creating an illusion of control,
Okay.
we can actually nudge the other party towards our desired outcome without triggering those defensive mechanisms.
So how do we actually do that? It sounds like a Jedi mind trick.
Well, one technique Voss recommends is the no-oriented approach. Instead of asking questions designed to elicit a yes,
Yeah.
which can feel kind of like a trap, he suggests phrasing questions in a way that invites a no.
Wait, why would we want them to say no? Isn't the goal to get them to say yes?
It seems counterintuitive, I know.
Yeah.
But no can actually be a very powerful word.
Okay.
When someone says no, they're asserting their boundaries and expressing their preferences.
Okay.
It gives them a sense of agency and control.
So by giving them the opportunity to say no,
Right.
we're actually empowering them.
Precisely. Think about it this way.
Yep.
When someone pushes you to say yes, how do you feel?
I usually feel pressured.
Yeah,
Maybe even a little resentful, like I'm being backed into a corner.
exactly. And that resistance makes it harder to reach an agreement.
Right.
But when someone gives you the freedom to say no, it takes the pressure off.
Okay.
You feel more comfortable expressing your true feelings and needs.
That makes a lot of sense. It creates a more open and collaborative environment.
Right. Voss gives this great example of negotiating project responsibilities with a team member.
Okay.
Instead of dictating their tasks, he suggests asking, is there anything about this project that you wouldn't feel comfortable taking on?
Oh, that's such a simple,
Right.
yet brilliant question.
It's so simple.
It gives them the freedom to voice any concerns or preferences
Exactly.
without feeling obligated to say yes to something they're not fully on board with.
And once they've expressed their no, You can have like a much more honest and productive conversation about how to best allocate those responsibilities.
Okay.
You might even discover skills or interests that you weren't even aware of,
Right.
leading to a more efficient and engaged team.
This whole no-oriented approach is making me rethink my communication style in general, not just in formal negotiation settings.
It's a valuable tool for like any interaction where you're trying to influence or persuade someone. It's about respecting their need for autonomy and creating a space where they feel heard and respected.
Okay, so we've talked about empathy mirroring, labeling, mastering, no, using strategically bending reality, and now creating the illusion of control.
It's a lot to take in.
I feel like I'm learning a whole new language of communication.
It is kind of like a new language.
But what happens once we've navigated all those hurdles and actually reached an agreement?
Right.
How do we make sure things don't fall apart at the execution stage?
That's a critical question, and it's the focus of Chapter 8, Guarantee Execution.
Okay.
Voss stresses that getting to yes is only half the battle. The real challenge is ensuring that those promises actually translate into action.
So it's not enough to just shake hands and walk away feeling good about the deal?
Not at all.
Okay.
You need a clear plan for execution.
Right.
And you need to build in accountability measures.
I see.
Voss suggests using those powerful how and what questions again to get the other party thinking about like the practical steps involved in implementation.
So for example, if you've agreed to collaborate on a marketing campaign, you might ask, how will we track our progress and ensure we're meeting deadlines?
Exactly.
Or what specific metrics will we use to measure success?
Precisely by asking those questions, you're prompting them to think through the details and take ownership of the implementation process.
Okay.
They're not just passively agreeing.
Right.
They're actively engaging in planning the how.
It's like you're co-creating a roadmap for success together.
That's a great way to put it. And remember those magic words.
That's right.
Yes, Voss stresses the importance of getting that from the other party regarding the execution plan.
So it's back to that's right.
Exactly.
But this time, it's not just about acknowledging their perspective.
Right.
It's about solidifying their commitment to the plan.
Precisely. It's like a verbal handshake, sealing the deal and reinforcing their responsibility for making it happen.
This whole framework is starting to feel like a well-oiled machine.
It is a very well-structured approach.
Each piece fits together seamlessly, moving the negotiation from initial connection to concrete action.
And just when you think you've mastered the art of collaborative negotiation, Voss throws in a curveball.
Oh no, what now?
In Chapter 9, Bargain Hard, he acknowledges that sometimes a tougher approach is necessary.
Wait, I thought we were moving away from that hard-nosed, adversarial style of negotiation.
We are, but Voss is a realist.
Okay.
He recognizes that there are situations where the stakes are higher. The other party is playing hardball.
Okay.
Or you simply need to secure the best possible outcome for yourself or your organization.
So when does it make sense to switch gears and bargain hard?
It's a judgment call, but some common scenarios include dealing with someone who's known to be like a tough negotiator, or when you have limited time or resources,
Okay.
or when the outcome has a significant impact on your bottom line.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do we bargain hard without resorting to those old school aggressive tactics?
Right.
Those can damage relationships and create a toxic environment.
Voss provides some strategic tools for effective hard bargaining.
Okay, like what?
One technique he highlights is anchoring.
Anchoring. Okay.
This involves starting the negotiation with an ambitious position,
Okay.
setting a high bar that influences the other party's expectations.
So if you're aiming for a $100,000 salary, you might start by asking for $120,000.
Exactly. It might seem bold,
Yeah.
but it establishes a starting point that's favorable to you.
Right.
Even if you don't get your full asking price, you're more likely to land somewhere closer to your target than if you'd started with a lower number.
I can see how that could be a powerful tactic. What other tools does Voss recommend for hard bargaining?
He also introduces the Ackerman model,
Okay.
which is a structured approach to making concessions and counteroffers. It's a bit more technical, but essentially it involves systematically reducing your demands in increments.
I see.
While encouraging the other party to do the same.
So it's a dance of strategic give and take,
Exactly.
designed to reach a compromise that's acceptable to both sides.
It takes the emotion out of the equation
Okay.
and provides a clear framework for navigating those tough back and forth exchanges.
This bargain hard chapter feels like a bit of a reality check. While it's great to strive for collaborative win-win solutions,
Right.
sometimes we need to be prepared to play hardball.
It's about having the right tools for the job.
Right.
Voss emphasizes that even when you're bargaining hard,
Mm.
it's crucial to maintain composure and avoid letting your emotions get the better of you.
I can imagine it would be easy to lose your cool when the pressure's on,
Oh, yeah.
especially if the other party is being aggressive or unreasonable.
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
But Voss reminds us that staying calm and sticking to your strategy is essential for maximizing your chances of success,
Okay.
even in those high-stakes situations.
This bargain hard chapter has definitely given me some food for thought.
Yeah.
It's all about being adaptable and knowing when to switch gears from collaboration to a more assertive approach.
Right, but even in those tougher negotiations, Voss still emphasizes the importance of maintaining respect and a professional demeanor.
He's not advocating for like cutthroat tactics
No.
or burning bridges.
It's about strategically using the right approach for the situation at hand,
Right.
while staying true to your values and building long-term relationships.
Speaking of unexpected twists and turns, this brings us to the final chapter, Find the Black Swan.
Okay.
Can you remind us what a black swan is in the context of negotiation?
Sure, a black swan refers to those unforeseen events or pieces of information that can completely change the course of a negotiation.
Like a sudden shift in market conditions or a change in leadership.
Exactly, or a competitor swooping in with a better offer.
Those unexpected curveballs that can throw even the most seasoned negotiator off track.
It can happen to anyone.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
How do we even prepare for the unknown?
Voss argues that while we can't predict the future, we can develop a black swan mindset
Okay.
that helps us navigate those inevitable surprises.
So it's about being vigilant, adaptable, and continuously gathering information.
Exactly, to anticipate potential challenges and opportunities.
So it's about being flexible and ready to pivot if the situation demands it.
Precisely, and it's also about recognizing that sometimes those unexpected twists and turns can actually work in our favor.
Oh, really?
They might reveal new information that strengthens our position
Okay.
or open up possibilities we hadn't even considered.
It's like that saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Exactly. Instead of fearing those black swan events, Voss encourages us to embrace them as potential catalysts for creative problem solving and innovative solutions.
This has been an incredible journey through the world of negotiation. We've covered so much ground, from building rapport and mastering no to bending reality and bargaining hard.
It's a lot to process.
What stands out to you as the most important takeaway from Never Split the Difference?
For me, it's the power of empathy.
Hmm.
Voss repeatedly emphasizes that understanding the other person's perspective, emotions, and motivations is the foundation of successful negotiation.
I completely agree. It's about recognizing that negotiation isn't a battle to be won,
Right.
but a collaborative process where everyone can benefit.
It's about building relationships, fostering understanding, and finding solutions that create lasting value for everyone involved.
So as we wrap up part 2 of this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
How can you apply the principles of empathy, active listening, and strategic communication to your everyday interactions?
It's a great question to think about.
Could be a conversation with your spouse about household chores, a negotiation with your teenager about screen time,
Right.
or a discussion with your boss about a challenging project.
The techniques we've explored in Never Split the Difference can empower you to navigate those conversations with more confidence, skill, and compassion.
And remember, the goal isn't just to get what you want.
It's true.
It's to build stronger relationships, foster understanding, and create win-win outcomes that benefit everyone involved.
Exactly.
Join us for part 3 of our deep dive, where we'll delve into even more advanced techniques and real-world applications of Voss's powerful negotiation framework. All right, so welcome back to our deep dive into Never Split the Difference. You know, we've been on quite a journey exploring Voss's insights into this world of negotiation.
It really is fascinating stuff.
It is. So before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I wanted to revisit just a few of the key takeaways that have stuck with me.
Okay.
So first, the power of, that's right,
Yeah.
those 2 little words.
I know, it seems so simple,
It does.
but it really can be a game changer.
Yeah, how so?
Well, by acknowledging the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with it, You create this instant sense of validation and understanding.
It's like disarming their defenses
Exactly.
before they even have a chance to put them up.
It really takes the wind out of their sails
Mm.
and opens the door for a more collaborative conversation.
Another takeaway that really shifted my thinking is the idea of labeling emotions.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to think that it was best to avoid talking about feelings in a negotiation.
Right.
But Voss argues that actually naming those emotions
Yeah.
can diffuse tension and create a more honest dialogue.
It's like you're giving them permission to feel those emotions, which can be incredibly liberating.
Yeah, think about a time when you were feeling stressed or frustrated,
Yeah.
but you felt like you couldn't express it.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, it's like bottling everything up.
Yeah.
And it just makes the situation more tense.
Right, but when someone acknowledges those feelings,
Yeah.
like it seems like you're feeling overwhelmed or something like that,
Yeah.
it can create this sense of relief and allow you to move forward more constructively.
It's like when you finally have a good cry.
Exactly.
Then you can think more clearly.
Totally. And Voss provides so many practical examples
Yeah.
of how to use labeling effectively in all these different scenarios.
And then there's the whole concept of mastering the power of no.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to think that getting to yes was like the whole point of a negotiation.
Right.
But Voss makes a really compelling case for why embracing no can lead to better outcomes.
Yeah, it's about creating a safe space for the other person so they can express their concerns or reservations without feeling pressured to agree.
And sometimes that honesty
Yeah,
is what unlocks the real negotiation.
absolutely. Once those no's are out in the open,
Right.
then you can address them directly and find solutions that truly work for both sides.
Okay, I have to admit, this whole idea of bending reality still feels a little mind-boggling to me.
It's definitely one of the more nuanced concepts in the book.
Yeah, it's about understanding that everyone perceives the world through their own lens, right?
Right. Shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and values.
So instead of trying to force our reality on them, we're working within their existing framework.
Exactly. It's about framing our arguments and proposals in a way that resonates with their individual worldview.
Like that accusation audit technique,
Yeah,
where you anticipate their concerns and address them head on.
exactly. It's so disarming because it shows that you've thought about their perspective and you're not afraid to acknowledge their potential doubts.
And then there are those calibrated questions
Right.
designed to subtly guide the conversation in a particular direction.
Yeah, it's like you're planting seeds of thought that lead them towards a solution that works for both of you.
I'm really starting to see how all these techniques work together to create this powerful negotiation framework.
It's brilliant, really.
It is. But we also have to remember that sometimes, despite our best efforts,
Yeah,
things can go sideways.
they can.
That's where those black swan events come into play.
All right, those unexpected twists and turns that can throw even the most well-prepared negotiator off course.
Like a sudden change in leadership or a competitor swooping in with a better offer.
Exactly, those unpredictable factors that we just can't control.
So how do we deal with that?
Well, Voss emphasizes that while we can't prevent those events, we can develop a mindset that helps us navigate them effectively.
So it's about being flexible,
Yeah.
adaptable, always thinking on your feet.
And it's about recognizing that sometimes those black swan events can actually create opportunities for innovation and creative problem solving.
This whole deep dive has been such an eye-opener for me.
Me too.
I feel like I have this whole new set of tools
Yeah.
and a deeper understanding of the psychology behind negotiation.
It's amazing what we can learn from someone who's faced those most intense, high-stakes negotiations imaginable.
Right, like if Chris Voss can talk down a hostage taker, surely we can handle a salary negotiation or client pitch
Right.
with a little more confidence.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
these principles aren't just for the boardroom. They can be applied to all our everyday interactions.
Right, like conversations with our partners, our kids, our friends, our colleagues.
Exactly. Anyone we're trying to communicate or collaborate with.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
How can you apply the principles of empathy, active listening,
Right.
and strategic communication to your own life?
It's something to think about for sure.
It is. What are some conversations you're facing right now where these techniques could make a difference?
Remember, negotiation isn't about winning or losing.
Right.
It's about understanding the other person. finding common ground, and creating solutions that benefit everyone involved.
That's what it's all about. So thanks for joining us on this journey
Yes, thank you.
through Never Split the Difference.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been, and we hope you found these insights as valuable and empowering as we have.
Until next time.
Happy negotiating.